and G-Loves trains here. It's currently New Year's Day and I'm outside of Wigan North Western getting ready to have my first train ride of the year. It's going to be a fun one this, as I'm about to travel with Avanti West Coast on one of the Class 805 Evero trains along, get this, the Settle Carlisle Railway Line. Wowzers, I don't think I ever thought I'd be saying that in an intro to one of my vlogs. Great. So for the first 2 weeks of 2026, part of the West Coast Main Line is shut because there's a bridge near Penrith called Clifton Bridge, which carries the railway over the M6 motorway. It is about 60 years old and it is being replaced by a more reliable bridge that'll have no weight restrictions. So whilst the new installation is going on, instead of having rail replacement buses, I mean, there are rail replacement buses to the intermediate stops towards Carlisle, but the whole way to Carlisle, Avanti West Coast have put on these diversionary services, which, like I say, are going via the Settle Carlisle line. Yeah, I can't believe I'm about to catch a direct service from Wigan North Western along the Settle Carlisle railway line. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to get in the shelter anyway, it's really windy out here. It is the 0754 Carlisle service I'm waiting on, and this service did start at Wolverhampton at 06:45 this morning. I'm just having a look on real-time trains now. The train is running on time and it's already made stops at Stafford and Crewe, and it's just arriving into Warrington Bank Quay now. So yeah, in just over 10 minutes time, should be pulling in here. I'm on 805001 and I am looking forward to having another ride on an Evero train as well, because this is only my third time riding one. The first time was when I was intending to travel to Holyhead, but the journey ended up going melons up, and then the second time was off camera. I think it was just a ride from Crewe to Wigan North Western. But anyways, I did book my ticket for this journey on Avanti West Coast website. I got myself a standard class advanced single, and with a rail card it cost me £9.30. And the great thing about booking on Avanti West Coast website as well is that you can select the exact seat you want to reserve. I chose seat number 15 in coach D. It is an airline style window seat, and you've got to watch out as well when you're using that seat picker tool, because a lot of the window seats on the Evero trains have only a partial window view. So I purposely chose a seat that's too back from the table seats because I do have a full window view. Well, it's gone 0754 now. I'm not sure why we've not set off yet.
We apologise, we're just awaiting a driver. Just because it's been a block between Preston and Wigan, so the driver is in the taxi. It's about 5 minutes away.
And we've left now 15 minutes late at 8:09. But to get to Carlisle now, it's scheduled to take 2 hours and 50 minutes. We aren't stopping anywhere along the way, it is just straight to Carlisle. And with that in mind as well, it's great to know that nobody else is going to be boarding this train, and it is really quiet on here, honestly. Like, the high majority of seats are available. We are branching off from the West Coast Main Line now, here at Farrington Junction. I'm going to have to be careful not to fall asleep on this train because I am getting a full body massage right now. It is so relaxing, honestly. We're just coming up to Lowestoft Hall Junction, where the train's about to enter onto the East Lancashire line. I will just mention as well that between the 1st and 4th of January, Preston Station, my favourite station, is shut, which is why we didn't just pull into Preston and reverse back out then. But from the 4th of January, for the remainder of these first 2 weeks of 2026, the trains will be calling at Preston. I think most of the services throughout the day will actually simply run between Preston and Carlisle. I can't believe I'm riding with Avanti along the East Lancashire line right now, because this line did play a big part into me actually getting into trains, as I used to ride every week back in the day from Preston to Blackburn on a pacer. And we're passing Pleasanton Station. That is my favourite request stop, that one. Hello Blackburn. And the Everow's entering on to the Ribble Valley line now. You know what, it's been a while since I've travelled along this line. It's lovely to be reminded what it's like. I might need to have another trip one day along and revisit some of the stations, I think. And we're crossing over the River Calder on the Worley Viaduct. We're on the last section of the Ribble Valley line now, between Clitheroe and Hellifield. And usually there's only 2 train services per week, both on a Saturday, that run along this section of track. But of course, for the next 2 weeks, there's a lot more. And yeah, with these Avanti diversionary services, they are running like every 2 hours. Oh, for real, this is one of the best back tickles I have ever had. So I'm really not going to want to get off this train. I don't even want to stand up to go to the toilet. So relaxing. We're at Hellifield now, just passing through the station. And of course we are now entering on to the Settle Carlisle Line, which is known to be one of the most scenic railway lines in the UK. I do always love travelling along here. There's such beautiful scenery out of the window, and there is a bit of flowing water out there at the moment as well, as we are running alongside the River Ribble.
I'd love to make you aware this is the first ever Hitachi 805 passenger service via Settle Carlisle route.
I'm glad they just said that, because I actually didn't realise that this was the first passenger service. I, for some reason, thought there was one earlier today, before this one from Wigan North Western. But to be fair, I did book this trip a few months ago. As soon as I found out about these diversionary services, yeah, there was no way I could pass up on this opportunity. And we are now crossing over Batty Moss on the iconic Ribble Head Viaduct. Dent, the highest mainline station in England, at 1,150 feet above sea level. Hello Kirby Stephen. I have wonderful memories from when I stayed at that station. It was just over 4 years ago now that. We are running alongside the River Eden now, if you can just see it through the trees there. And that there is the first southbound diversionary service. It left Carlisle at 10:19. And it's not too long off me arriving into Carlisle now. I should be there in about 10 minutes or so.
Carlisle, where we finish our journey. Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you. Mind the step down to the platform. Thank you for travelling with Avanti West Coast.
And here I am, the train arrived in at 10:47, only 3 minutes after its scheduled arrival time. Well, I am so glad I decided to come out on New Year's Day to have a ride on that diversionary service. I do love a good diversionary route, me. And yeah, it was brilliant to travel with Avanti West Coast, not only along the Settle Carlisle line, but also along the East Lancashire line and the Ribble Valley line. I loved the whole journey, and I do get to have it again soon as I make my way back to the Wigan. I am booked on to the 12:21 direct Wigan North Western service, and that will be operated by the same Evero unit. So yeah, looking forward to having another ride on 805001. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Bye byes!
Welcome aboard this train through to Wigan North Western. This train to Wigan and Wigan North. So arrived into Wigan. This is Wigan, our final calling.